Welcome back into the Clubhouse Sports Podcast. I am your host, Frank Estraub, and we are back with another Frank's Film Room. Before we get into how the Patriots can maybe combat Lamar Jackson and the Ravens a second time around, just want to remind y'all that you can find us on Twitter at pod_clubhouse and Instagram at clubhouse.cast, And we are on every podcast app, including Spotify, except for SoundCloud. Now, let's discuss the dynamic ability of the Ravens offense and how that is juxtaposed with the Patriots defense a second time around. Now, here's a quick tidbit before we actually do get into it. I want to just put you guys on notice that this isn't just for the Patriots. This is more just an overall picture of how to stop the Ravens, in my opinion, because we've seen the Patriots in the past couple weeks. This defense is able to get beat. And I think there's other teams in the AFC that are contenders. So this is just an overall game plan, but I think the Patriots are most capable to do it because of their discipline and because of their performance. Because I think they will get back to that in future games, but we will see. Let's get into it. So we saw in Week 9 that the Patriots were just outmatched by the Ravens offense, which was very surprising considering the Patriots are a historically great defense overall. Before and after this game, they ranked top 5 in categories such as third down conversion rate at 19%, points per game, and yards per game. However, in terms of strictly run defense, they are only a little bit above league average. The Pats were clearly not ready for the speed, physicality, and ingenuity of the Ravens offense. The Ravens extracted Bill Belichick's philosophy of recognizing your strengths and going on the attack. The Ravens' dynamic offense feeds off the hesitation it creates. So let's look at a play against the Houston Texans. The Ravens in a single back set with 2 wide receivers on the outside. Hayden Hurst comes in motion, and there's an extra blocker at tight end in Nick Boyle. And it is rare that Jackson is under center, but play action ensues. The Texans are in what looks like a cover 1 press with a deep safety, one linebacker dropping into the hole, and the other staying close to the line, and the rest going man-to-man on the receivers and tight end. I chose this play because it shows the hesitation the Ravens' schemes create and how it allows the receivers space on their routes. Additionally, the Ravens' offensive line holds its blocks and has played well all season, as we've seen. The speed of the Ravens' weapons also naturally builds space for them and from themselves and gives Lamar quick outlets to throw. This play shows better than any how all these factors build on each other and leads to offensive production. This specific play would have been a touchdown if it was an accurate throw. It kind of shows, funny as it is, how this offensive efficiency may produce a rush throw from Lamar from time to time. But Lamar's accuracy has been stellar all season and much improved from last year. He is now a threat with his arm fully because he has the arm strength and now the accuracy, 66.5 completion percentage on the season. So now the Patriots responded to this with a simple base defense, but there are always ways to limit and contain what they are seeing a second time around. The NFL does evolve, especially the Patriots. Overall, Kaepernick in 2011, RG3 in 2012, Kyle Shanahan in 2016 with that former iteration of the Atlanta Falcons offense was figured out. Pat Mahomes in 2018 and possibly Lamar this year. Obviously, the first thing that comes to mind with stopping Lamar is implementing a quarterback spy, but that was easily combated in the first outing. The first alternative option is cover 3 mug pressures. First, cover 3 in the secondary is where a DB each gets a horizontal third portion of the field. Example, in this case, Stephon Gilmore, J.C. Jones, and Devin McCourty would all get split up horizontally into 3 sections. Up front, the edge rushers are responsible for the C gaps, and the defensive tackles are responsible for the B gap, keeping them wide set to avoid them getting pushed off and out of their gap, but instead they can close inwards on any space the quarterback has. The linebacker's primary job is to completely sell blitz. The pressure accomplishes the task of keeping Lamar in the pocket to stand and throw down the field. Now, obviously, you can't run this all game, seeing it as it is susceptible to being countered. I consulted my friends, who play football about this, and they told me you can easily run RPOs to neutralize the set. I went home and thought about it, and because the linebackers are froze in between blitz and coverage, the runner, either Lamar or the back, can get space near the boundary. If Lamar were to hold the pass, he could get a pretty decent completion in terms of yardage on some type of in route. RPOs are perfect for Lamar because he has a dual threat game with passing and elite running, along with underrated vision. So now the most basic form of an RPO is probably the zone offense slant call with a bubble slant up top and a full cut on the bottom. The running back is given an inside zone option, and the offensive lineman's duty is to just block southward. Maybe a double team is necessary to open lanes for the running back. Because of the play towards the run, the middle linebacker is likely to go to play the A gap, and this would lead the safety to fill his spot. At this point, assuming it was a cover 3, the Patriots would lose this middle cover DB in the tri-split and allow Lamar to pull the ball in and throw a quick pass over the middle on that full slant, or keep it himself and bounce it around the D gap and further cut inside. As you can see, the simplest of RPOs gives the offense a multitude of options and leaves the defense at a freeze point. The Patriots can move away from cover 3 mugs and onto a more disguised man coverage, which they've implemented throughout the season, where the safeties kind of sit in the hole waiting for any open receivers to come through the middle and play the ball. The corners in this situation would sit up at the line. Overall keys to kind of combating RPOs are instilling patience and discipline in all 11, especially linebackers and safeties, and of course trying to win on first down.